Yeah, okay, good, great. Now people can see. Okay, first, just as I mentioned that today we will focus on the how to managing cost integrated with planning system. Asta Powerproject has very easy user interface, which allows the people are using the Asta with the same way of an Excel, because that interface is very similar to Excel, Microsoft Excel 2010 with the ribbon bar. Now I just want to open one new project. And we have a template. I would like to open the templates. And I just opened the ready template. Okay. Let's schedule it. Okay. You can see that as I mentioned that in Asta we have ribbon bars, that this is the same like in Excel. And you can just print, save, open, and save as the file. And we are at the moment in the Asta standalone application, not an enterprise. That's why you can open any file, you can save the file in your desktop and etc. We have server version, but the idea is today is just mentioning about how to manage the cash flow. You can see that I created two work breakdown structures here for the design works and activities, and the construction works and activities. We have duration, cost, income, and net, and it might be new for you if you use the other planning system, as the not focus only on the cost controlling, also provide the calculation of income and of course net margins, that you can see that what is your profit for your projects. And we have here bar charts, which allows you that distributing your time and cost on the time method. Asta also provide very strong histograms, which is that in histogram you can also see that we have project cash flow, and we have project monthly cost, and we have here project monthly income. And this is a dynamic histograms. What does it mean? That you can see that I have a project for the design and construction, and work breakdown structure can be more detailed. And if you want to go to here for the project tools, and you can see that I have a design works, I have a construction works. If I select the design work breakdown structures, I will get the cash flow of design with the design activities. If I select the construction, I will be seeing that this is a cumulative cash flow for the construction. When I choose the upper level, I see that design and construction cash flow. It can be also tracking like manually by using the control, and you can see that you can just choose the both only selected work breakdown structure and get the summary of both, or you can just choose the upper level. By this way you can make tracking with the work breakdown structure. Of course, I will show the histogram what you can get: monthly cost, monthly income, for total cost, total income, and of course also cash flow, income minus cost in the histogram. And let's just delete those activities and prepare to empty histograms. And here that let's start it with creating one empty activities. Generally, people are using for the BOQ, that bill of quantity, ways in the calculation of the project cost using in Excel, entering the activity name like excavation. I'm just creating a one sample activity called excavation, and duration, let's say that 10 days. You can see that I have now this 10 days with the start date and end date. I can from here change, move the activity real start date, or from here I can just select the 19 and it will be automatically moving. I can extend it the duration to 30 days, and I can make it shorter. I can just draw, even I can create an activity from the here, just the drawing an activity by this way. Okay, we create an activity, and our focus is now just the cost. How we do in Excel, if we have one activity, if we have no calculation requirement, and if it is a fixed cost, that I generally write it here, let's say like in Excel, $1,000. Excavation work, 16 days, $1,000. And it is distributed in the bar charts, of course in histogram. You can see that 563 and 438. This is total is like a 1,000 as here. And if I move the activity right, you can see that $1,000 distributed by 500 end of March, 500 end of April. This is a fixed cost. It means that duration of activity is not impacted our cost, so that if the activity will be longer, like here 60 days, you can see that $1,000 distributed based on the weightage of activity duration, 121, 258, 333 and 288 in the here for the monthly project cost. Of course, this is a project cost, and we will come to the also how we will be distributing the income. But there is a one unique function which make Asta Powerproject very easily managing our project cost, because today we are not focusing on the resource cost, because the other planning system, if you want to manage the cost, you need to use the resource planning very extensively. We have the same resource functionality even in advance, but our concern today, managing the project cost, project income, and project cash flow, not entering the resource data. The reason that Asta is very flexible, as I said, that you can enter like an Excel cost, and also we have in Asta Powerproject possibilities, which is that having a cost schedule, because this is a production schedule, and opening the cost schedule, so that this is an excavation work, how we will start work and finish, and this is a financial plan. Asta deliver construction and the financial plan on the same area, which is integrated, so that if you don't want to see financial schedule, you can hide it, but if you want to see financial schedule, you can open it. And many people are complaining with the standard project management system. Standard project management system is providing like expenditures when the activity start, expenditures when activity finish, or uniform the activity. But many people are saying that yes, we start for March for excavation work, but our payment will start in the May, so that you can also independently financially plan. Your work will start and April will end, and financially your project schedule start. Even this can be outside of the activity. You can say that, well, they will do the job here, but payment will be starting here, so that you can also play with it earlier, after, in the middle. This is very easy in Asta, and this is a unique function, allows you the flexible way of financial planning. People also want to manage the payments. Managing payment is very simple. You don't have to create another activity as a milestone and say that this is a payment milestone. In Asta, you can select the financial plan, and from here you can say that we would like to manage payments. It means that when the activity finished, let's say 10 days later, we make the $1,000 payment. Please see that my activity is finishing in June. Payment is going to be done 24th, and it is also calculating end of month total payments. If this activity finish in April 7, payment will be 19th of April. End of April, total payment for my project will be $1,000. So that if this activity goes a little bit delayed and finish later, payment is automatically postponed. Okay? Of course, this is a one payment. people also ask how we can enter the multiple payment in our project. It's very simple. You can just put it, let's say that multiple cost, and let's do it like this way. This is also point spent, and one criteria: 5 days before my project activity start, we pay $200. Okay, and let's say 5 days after my project start, we pay another $300, and which is the 30%, and another 50% will be end of the project activity completed. Please see now the total cost still $1,000, but we have 3 payments before activity start, 5 days ago, advance payment. 5 days after they started activity, another 30%, because 20% we pay at the beginning, 30% we pay here, and another 50% will be paid end of the project. So that when I move this activity, you can see that because of the all payment terms is part of the activities, my project cost is automatically changing. If activity finish early, advance payments and the beginning of the payment milestone will be not impacted, but finish date will be impacted. But if you don't want this, you can also say fixed dates. If you have in your contract fixed day permits, we can go to here, we can say that this will be a fixed date and payment date will be here, let's say 15th of June. It doesn't matter when activity is finishing. And by this way, when activity finish early, when activity finish later, doesn't matter, this is a fixed date. If I started later, advance payment will be changed, but you can see that this fixed date is not going to be changed. Do you have any question? Panchal is asking if Tilos has resource curve. Yeah, we have a curves, so that we have here, we can create the S curve for the resources, S curve for the cost. We can just select it and we can create it the cost S curve and resource S curve inside of Asta. Okay, let's go. This is an easy way, just adding a fixed cost. But in the reality, as you know that in the project we have different factors. One is time. If sometimes activity is finished in 5 days, cost to us different. If we finish the same activity in the 10 days, cost to us different. It means that it might happen that our cost can be impacted by time. And what to do in this case? Let's delete those costs and let's come here creating a new model. This time we are modeling our cost. This is a cost and type of calculation, not fixed but time based, so that I just select the time based cost, and when I enter the time based cost, system asks me unit cost per time unit. I just go to daily and I'm saying that okay, this activity $100 per day cost to me. And if the activity is 17 days, the cost is 1,700. If the activity is extended like 47 days, the cost of activity is 4,700. You can see here distribution, so that when you just change the start date, end date, 24 days is 2,400. But there is also very important point here. Many customers are saying that, well, yes, activity is 34 days, but we are renting crane, or we are renting the, let's say, the equipment, or we are paying daily starting from April, so that you can just the start date change in April. Okay, and you can see that activity in the reality 34 days, but we agree with subcontractor maximum day we pay is 18 days, so that the total cost will be 1,800. We are fixing with the here a limited of time. It can be also in the middle, 11 days, it's 1,500. We call this kind of cost time modeling, and this is also used in the many activities. But we have, in my opinion, the most frequently used method is a quantity base, which is that I have in Asta Powerproject one function we call the task work. Task work is a quantity of the activity. This is also unique in Asta, which is that when you enter the activity, you can define the quantity of the activities. You can't do that kind of works in other system without going to resource area. People are in Excel writing excavation, and people are writing here quantity of excavation. Let's say 500. I'm typing like in Excel cubic meters. 500 cubic meters. Okay. And here I would like to model the cost based on the quantities. This time I go to here, calculation type, and select the task work base. It means that this is a model cost from the quantity. And if I type it here, cubic meters, Asta is asking me unit price per cubic meters. Let's say $10 for this work, this activity, and it will be automatically calculated. 500 times 10 is 5,000. If I type it here 650, the cost will be 6,500. Of course, we can also do income, which is that I just put it here, the income. And income can be also modeled. This time I'm just selecting not cost because it's not cost. I want to have income. And income type also task work based. And what is the income for excavation work I'm going to get from my client? Let's say $15. And in this case, if I am going to make 650 cubic meters excavation, my cost will be 6,500, my income will be 9,750, and my profit will be 3,250. I can also hide the cost plan. You can see that this is my cost, this is my income, and this is my net. I want to see also my here, let's say, I want to see also my income, so that I go to histogram and select project cost and monthly income. You can see that I can see here income histogram, I can see here my cost histogram, even I can just select it here for S-curve, which is cumulative S-curve, or I can select it for cumulative cash flow. Let's go to income. Okay, now I have a cost and income, and if I open the here financial plan, I can also change income and the payment terms, because sometimes it's happened that customers pay you early, but you pay later, so that you can also play with the financial here. And the biggest advantage also here that when you change the quantity, let's say 1,770, you can see that cost, income, and net values automatically will be changed. Many areas are using also different currency. What does it mean? Let's say that you are paying dollars, but your customer is paying you in euro. You can just go to calculation here with the format cells and the currency settings, and you can say that my income in euro. Okay, please see that it is also showing cost is 10,700 and income is 13,000 €642 automatically changed, and your default setting for the cost for the dollars, automatically you are getting this calculation. This is a real multi-currency system, allows you to see the cost income informations. Okay. One of the things that these fields, which is here, are showing the planned cost, planned income, and net income. Let's change the screen a little bit. This is a cost, this is an income, and this is a net values. And Asta has also very advanced and flexible functionality, which is that you can add here multiple cost fields, so that I can just go to right click and the table definition, and you can see that this is a cost, okay? And I can edit the same cost many times. You can see that cost, cost, cost, cost, cost. And you can consider what is the advantage having the same field many times, because each of them I can give the different source. What does it mean? Go to table definition again. And here, the first one I can say that this is a total cost. Let's just here, the second one is cost, which is that March 2014. And here you can say that this will be coming from 1st of March till the end of March. Now I'm adding another one and saying that this is an April. You can see that April cost. One more time I'm adding and saying that this is a May. And one more time we are adding and we are saying that this is a June. It's enough at the moment. And please see that now I have a total cost. I have a June cost. I have a total quantity. And this is a total cost, cost of March, cost in April, cost in May, cost in June. If my activity here changed, you can see that calculation of cost is automatically changing. But total cost is the same, because this is based on the quantity. But if the quantity changed, let's say 970, you can see that total cost is changing, and also distribution in the monthly base cost is automatically changing. These are still planned costs, and if you want, you can go in Asta and you can also enter under the cost for actual cost, cost per use, cost rate, income rate. This is very advanced that we are not going to show you at the moment, but you can also enter here actual cost, system calculate variance, and it gives the KPI and indicator. If you want, it will send email. If you want, it will be creating the for you how to say report for the overpayments. Well, at the moment I show you everything I planned here manually, but you don't have to do that. We have here cost account under the library, and you can go and create your cost center. Cost center is that, let's say that Acme cost center. I'm just creating new cost center, saying that this will be a folder. This is a cost. This is an income cost accounts. These are the cost. These are the income. In the cost, what type of cost we have? We have office rent. Now I am modeling here in the admin panel, and I'm saying that this is a cost and this is a time-based cost, and we pay monthly to office, let's say $1,000. Okay, I am just creating another one is like a internet cost. and internet cost is also monthly, or let's say yearly. We are paying the internet company $500, and we can write it here as many as possible. Even we can make it again folder. There is a hierarchy cost breakdown structure here that you can go unlimited hierarchy. So I created here the cost, and you can see that this cost structure is available here called the ACME cost center. And when you open it, this is not necessary each time you are modeling it. You just go here, office rent, and select, put inside here. It will not impact it here because this is a cost of the project cost. But if you select it in ACME, this will be zero because this is a not income. When I just select the cost, you can see that this is an office rent cost. Let's do one thing, which is that, as you know, that we have multiple activities in the projects. Let's call these activities A, B, C, D, E, F, and H. Let's make it work breakdown structure. Let's make it another work breakdown structure. Let's make it a project. Called project X. Okay. Let's type the links. Okay, we have also link has been created. Let's schedule it. So the critical activities. What I am doing now, office rent is not a cost for any specific activities. Office rent is a cost of project, so that you can assign the cost in Asta to directly to projects or work breakdown structure. Let's put it in this project. Please see that I have here my project cost because Asta allows the cost under the project. This is very flexible and very important because project work breakdown structure acted like a activity attribute, so that I have an internet, select and put the internet in the project level, and I can say that office we are going to start in April, while internet will be just after May we will have, because the company who is going to make internet ready in the May. So that I have a financial plan here, and please see that internet will cost $88. Office rent will be $2,900 because this is calculated. Even I enter yearly, it will calculate the duration here. And if one of my activity, please look at my project total cost is $2,900. If one of my activity extended and my project is get longer, it will be automatically recalculating my overhead cost. Okay, Donna is asking from Philippines, is it possible to hide the cost for other users? Answer is yes. Asta has very advanced securities, which is when I go to security settings and users, you can see that I have a users called Carol, Carolina, and Tekin. Okay, let's say that I'm just selecting Tekin and I'm saying that Tekin can, this is the project X. Tekin cannot see, okay, here the cost. Even here, I can say that Tekin cannot see cost in design works, but Tekin can see cost in construction work, but cannot create, cannot delete, and cannot modify. This is very important. There are other solutions like Primavera and Microsoft, and Asta is doing security setting in activity level. Microsoft is doing in project level. It means that even you have a very large construction project, you can give the user right to people in activity level. And also you can see that this is not only cost, you can not allow other people creating leaks, you cannot allow other people are seeing resources, you cannot allow other people making copy or deleting progress, or you can go in advance, you can even interface, you can customize this interface for any user separately. You can say that we don't want this person see the histogram. Okay? So that histogram will be not available for the user which I don't want. And this is very easy to manage the user rights. Any question? Do you have any question? Okay, Mr. Utku Kocabaş is asking, how does Asta calculate variance between euro and dollar? The answer is, we have, again, actually all the answer is going to project library. We go to project library, and from project library we have, let me just open new one. We have here currency, and here you can see that we have currency. I can create a new currency, let's say that Turkish lira, and this one, the symbol is, let's say, TL, and how much, my default setting is in this project is dollar. How much cost? 1 Turkish lira, let's say 2. Okay, now I go here, my office rent is 5,858, but I want to see this in Turkish lira. I go here, format cell with the currency, and I can select the Turkish lira. This is a 11,716 Turkish lira, and that's why you can create an unlimited currency with the currency exchange rates here. You can also display, by the way, remove. You can also display here the cost in dollar. By this way, you can just select the cost is in dollar. Let me just cells and in the dollar, and you can also here add another columns about the cost, total cost in USD and total cost in Turkish lira. In here we select the lira, in here we select the USD, and you can see here is giving lira and here dollar. It is just keeping dollars just in case because we enter it, but if you want to change it all lines, format settings, you can also change it from all of them to lira, or you can just select specific activities. This only specific activities you can just select and say that this will be only this one will be in euro. You can see this one is euro, this one is TL, but we have default settings. Okay, another question. Mehmet Akif İbrahimoğlu is asking that which one about the relations relative to task finish to start and start to start. I think that let me show that today is not a subject about we are speaking about the relation, but let me just create it very fast. When you create an activity, let's say that two activity here, and this is an activity A and this is an activity B. You can create the start to start relation, okay, and this activity start to start, finish to finish, finish to start, start to start can be, if you change it finish to start, it will be a finish to start relations. You can create activity from anywhere of the Asta to here, like a start to start leg, or you can create from here activity just with the leg, just as this activity will finish, let's say 30 days later, another activity is starting, and even you can make it a logic which is not by the days, that you can say that this activity start and this activity finish, the start with the leg calculation will be not time but percent. It means that 50% of first activity duration complete second start. Schedule it, it's like this. Resource as curve, Mr. Panchal. I see that you are insisting, probably you are Indian, that's why. Okay, the subject today is not a resource as curve, because we don't have resource here. If you want to assign the resources such as, let's say, crane, this is the same as there is making a resource schedule under the activity, okay? And another one, let's say that architects, landscape, okay? I have here now resource loaded program, then I can go to here resources and select the resource cost, okay, or resource as curve. Please see that this is a planned resource as curve. If I save it as a baseline, let me just create the baseline, call the baseline, and I created here the baseline now. And for example, let me just have it cost. Yeah, this is a planned, but I can add it here also actual S curve if you want. I need to go to settings from the here in the properties, and I can edit here for actual S curve and planned S curve. And the questions, let me just. Okay. Do you have any question? Is there any question? By the way, I mean, you ask S-curve. If you want to get very detailed S-curve, also possible that we can also get the duration-based S-curve, weightage-based S-curve, and for example, I can write it S-curve, which is in Excel even, just selecting the S-curve module. And I can also get the duration base, cost base, and resource effort and weightage base S curve, so that I can just select any specific resource, which is that I would like to have all of them or only crane, doesn't matter. And the next, I can compare with the baseline 1 or baseline 2 as soon as possible, as late as possible line, current project only, selected activities only, or the all. I can run the here my Excel based macro S curve. Please see that it can create an S curve in Excel. Do you have any question? Okay then. Thank you very much for your time.